And we begin with yet another look back on what happened this week, and the street parties to mark the 80th anniversary of VE Day have been taking place right across the UK this week, as they did back in 1945. And earlier this week, we showed you this remarkable footage, which was captured by an off-duty police officer in Gateshead, of residents there celebrating the news that the war in Europe had ended. Well, some of those faces were recognised by relatives who got in touch with BBC News to share more about the stories behind them. And they sat down with our reporter, Jerry Jackson.
British street party films are common enough, but those from the end of a long war, in colour and in this quality, are very rare indeed. Shot by John McHugh of the local police force on expensive 16mm Kodachrome film, they're images of celebration, relief, childhood innocence and Churchillian defiance. They're also a community of instantly recognisable people, even 80 years later. For the first time, descendants of those captured for precious fleeting seconds have gathered to watch them together. Sisters Lindsay and Andrea, Russell and Victoria, all still living near where their families gathered on a breezy, blessed day in May 1945. As soon as she saw her great-grandmother, Victoria had no doubts.
I just immediately said to my mother, "That's Grandma." I used to call her Grandma. I said that to her, and my mother said, "Yes, it is." She always had that. She had a smile that sort of went into the corner. That's all I can describe it as, and it's on a lot of the photographs that I've got, which is how I recognised her straight away.
The happy young lad with the missing tooth is 15-year-old Bill Gilchrist. His son Russell was alerted to the film by a far-flung relative.
A few days after you showed it the other week there, my mum's cousin from New Zealand sent us a message and says, "I've just seen your dad on the telly." And they showed the exact film and he says he spotted my dad straight away. He says, "I've just seen your dad."
On the other side of the world?
In New Zealand. And he took a video and he says, "Yeah, it's definitely your dad, I've just seen him." Yeah.
Sisters Andrea and Lindsay got a double surprise. Mother and grandmother standing together, holding the family dog.
My mum, and I knew straight away, and I did practically leap up off the settee. Unfortunately, I did manage to get sort of a quick photograph taken of it. It was just brilliant. I know it's going to sound silly, but it made my heart sing to see her. It was lovely.
For all the smiles, the footage is a reminder that many of these people would have been bereaved by the war. Andrea and Lindsay's mother, Aileen, had lost her first husband early in the conflict.
She was very sad, obviously sad about it, but she just got on with her work. She worked in one of the factories.
I think a lot of people did. They knew they had to get on with their life, because so many people had given their lives for them so that they could get on with their life.
A few days after the street parties, John McHugh and his cine camera captured scenes of a Thanksgiving parade in nearby Saltwell Park. More fascinating fragments of social history and more reasons, said our viewers, to make sure they're preserved for future generations.
I think we tend to forget how things were, and I think some people, particularly nowadays, they need a reminder of everything that people have done for them in the past so that we can live the life we've got now.
Something like this only comes out once in a blue moon or once every big anniversary, and then it's forgot about the next day, so it needs to be sort of kept alive and showing people exactly what happened or how people sort of survived, I suppose.
Jerry Jackson, BBC News.
Amazing footage, isn't it? The last person you heard speaking there, Russell Gilchrist, I love the idea that his dad was in the video, but it was actually a relative in New Zealand who spotted it and told him he'd been on TV up in the northeast, which is where Russell actually lives. Fantastic.